Good evening, everyone. In this session, we will discuss the doubts related to topic bonding and shapes of the molecule. The first one, that's question 2C. This question is about the structure of substance and explain with reference to the structure and the bonding of each substance why the electrical conductivity of a graphite or why the electrical conductivity of graphite is 1 into 10 to the power 5, whereas for diamond it is 1 into 10 to the power minus 2. And it is of 4 marks. So what is the reason why it's of 4 marks? Number one, you will mention because as we know graphite is having a free electron. Why they have a different electrical conductivity? So the first point is graphite is having a free electron. So this will give you 1 mark because in graphite each carbon forms 3 covalent bonds. But for diamond there is no free electron. And what is the reason for that? Because each carbon forms 4 covalent bonds. That is the main reason that graphite can conduct whereas diamond cannot conduct. So that delocalized electron can move within the structure. That's why the diamond can conduct. Graphite can conduct where diamond cannot conduct. Next is question number 17. Draw the dot and cross diagram for ICl3. Show only the outer shell electrons. So we have to draw a structure of iodine trichloride or ICl3, and we just have to draw the outer shell electrons. We don't have to show all of the bond. Look what happened. There are exceptions. For some elements there are exceptions. What is the reason? Like example, they can adjust more than 8 electron in the outermost shell. So if you want to draw a dot and cross diagram, and iodine, it belongs to group 7, so according to group 7 it should share only 1 electron, and chlorine also belongs to group 7, it should also share 1 electron. But what happened specifically in ICl3, because some of the elements can adjust more electrons in the outermost shell. So if I want to draw the structure of ICl3 and there is no charge, so it's a neutral. So we have chlorine belongs to group 7. This chlorine also belongs to group 7. And another chlorine also belongs to group 7. For elements which are like first 20 elements in the periodic table, maximum they can adjust in the outermost shell 8 electron. But for higher elements with higher atomic number, more than 20, they can adjust more than 8 electron in the outermost shell easily. So this is exception. So what happened in this ICl? If chlorine share 1, iodine share 1 from that side. Chlorine share 1, iodine share 1 from that side. Chlorine share 1, iodine will share 1 from that side. So each chlorine share 1, iodine share 1 from that side. So how many, because iodine also belongs to group 7. So how many are left? So 3 are shared. There are 7 electrons. So 1, 2 and 3, 4 will be left. When we complete the circle, For chlorine, it will be 8. It cannot have more than 8, the first 20 element. But for iodine, it can adjust. Exceptions are there, so it can adjust more than 8 electron in the outermost shell. So this is just an exception which is there for elements which are having atomic number more than 20. Is it clear? This is structure of ICL3. That's the reason why I give this question, so you can understand the concept that there can be exception as well. Then 22 is there. The skeletal formula of hexanol is shown, a cyclohexanol. So skeletal formula which represent the carbon chains only, but when we draw the structure of this cyclohexanol, this will have two hydrogen, this will have one hydrogen, this will have two hydrogen, this will have two hydrogen, this will have two hydrogen, and this will also have two hydrogen. The actual bond angle differ in two dimension diagram. What is the bond angle for CC? Means the carbon labeled as A. So if we need the bond angle, so this is our central carbon. So whenever we are predicting the bond angle, we always find number of the bond pair and number of the lone pair. But when we check this carbon, it is having 4 bond pairs and it does not have any lone pair. All of the electrons are involved in the bonding. So 4 bond pairs are there and 0 lone pairs. So what will the structure, the angle will, the structure will be tetrahedral, and tetrahedral will have a bond angle of 109.5 degrees. Then the angle of COH. So oxygen is a central, so they are talking about this. Oxygen belongs to group 6. It will share 2 electrons, so 2 bond pairs are there. When we check this oxygen, there are 2 bond pairs and there are 2 lone pairs. So when 2 bond pair and 2 lone pair, then it will be a bent or a V-shaped structure with a bond angle of 104.5 degrees. And what is the explanation why it is having this? So you will mention because oxygen is having 2 lone pair and 2 bond pair, and the repulsion between the lone pair is more, and repulsion of lone pair is greater, which reduces the bond angle to the position where it minimizes the repulsion. So this was question 22. Then 23C and 26. 23C. Carbon dioxide, what we have to do? We have to predict the shape for carbon dioxide. When we draw the structure, carbon belongs to group 4, so it will share 2 electrons. So carbon belongs to group 4, so it will share 4 electron, and oxygen belongs to group 6, so it will share 2 electron. So one side carbon is there and the other side also carbon. But when we predict the geometry, it is right that they will have 4 bond pairs. But when we predict the geometry, the double bond and triple bond in prediction of the geometry is considered as 1 because these bonds are in the same direction. That's why when we predict the geometry, for prediction of a geometry, even if it's a double bond or triple bond, that is considered as 1. Double bond or triple bond, that's 1. So basically, how many bond pairs are there? It appeared that 2 bond pair. So when the molecule is having a 2 bond pair, then it will be a linear structure with a bond angle of 180 degrees. So when we predict the geometry, it will be a linear structure. A will be the answer with a bond angle of 180 degrees. Is it clear that why the carbon dioxide molecule is a linear structure? Then question 26. Which of the following bond angle occur in a molecule of ethanol? So if we draw the structure, this is CH3 CHONH. So when we check this angle, because so it will be 4 bond pair, the bond tetrahedral structure 109.5 degree. When we check this 109.5, when we check this 2 bond pair, 2 lone pair, a bend or a V shape, it will be 104.5. So the question is, which of the bond angle can occur in ethanol molecule? So it will be 109.5 and it will be 104.5. So 26 C should be the right answer. Is it clear, this question? So this is the bonding and structure, the shapes of the molecule and bonding assignment.